A lot of times when I finish a piece, I can barely stand it. I'm very self-critical of my work. I've been looking at a piece, oftentimes for weeks under extreme magnification. A square millimeter looks like a square yard. These are all Pion scraps and sheets. Just to give you an idea of the scale, it's a hummingbird. Especially in the jewelry industry, you're trying to make something perfect, which is impossible. That took a long time to find out. But it also keeps me working to make the piece I'm happy with. It feels really great when you make something that you consider either brushing on a masterpiece, or maybe you're the only one that could have made it. I'm rolling the piece and moving around the edges. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that shiny? That I'm really happy with. That just is glowing. When that piece is worn and handled, it won't ever look this good again anyways. I was in graduate school and I'm just way into conceptual art. So I wasn't, in some cases, not even making objects. Then it became a matter of how are you going to do conceptual art and make a living? My wife actually suggested jewelry making, and all these gears just immediately clicked in my head. There was a line that just connected way back to being a kid and collecting bottle caps, or loving fishing tackle, but I didn't like to fish. I just liked the lures. I was educated in fine art. I understood concepts. I didn't know stones, but I understood line and color. When I saw cloisonné, it had all these visual image elements that I knew. Cloisonné, to me, it's a great one-of-a-kind medium. Cloisonne refers to compartment. It's the wire line separating fields of color. I don't know any other people doing what I'm doing. I could think of 3 or 4 people doing it some decades back, but those people aren't there anymore. Cloisonné is a labor-intensive process. People who are generating jewelry don't want to mess around with it. It's not consistent, it's not dependable. You can't crank out pieces per se. If there was a problem in the proportion of the piece right about now, you might hear a bink, the glass cracking. That's not good when that happens. In 2014, I was invited to be in a sculpture show called Made in Minnesota. One of the curators of the show was Wayne Potratz, who was one of my sculpture professors in school.
Well, it's nice with just one object in a case. Usually in jewelry displays, you're flooded with so many objects, and it's really hard to see them as sculptural units.
I can remember Wayne introducing me to someone who didn't know me, and he said, "This is Galen Benson. And there was a stutter, and he said, "Sculptor," and I considered it a compliment.
I've known Galen for a long time. I've followed his career, and I've collected his work. I always thought his work was firmly in a kind of an art sense, and that it was really very small sculpture, because the work, it had a conceptual premise, and the materials he used, really a lot of diverse materials, from amber to wolf bone to wood. His work has been collected by important galleries and museums and by important collectors all around the world.
What do you think, Wayne? I think it's done.
Yeah, it really fits the sculpture definition really well.
All right.
Yeah. Yay!
My work is visual image based. I'm making images, so there is a strong connection to art. But I like to keep it in the realm of calling it jewelry, and I like to keep it precious because that's what makes it unique. It's motivating to me to think of what jewelry making has as a medium that's unique to itself, not sort of homogenizing everything into the same category. It's all art. And I'm not a traditionalist by any means. I want to make something new. But jewelry, it's so unique. There isn't any other medium that has those materials and processes. In reality, I think I'm very happy being a jewelry maker.